Big tires mean big axles, and these crates are some ultimate Dana 60s, and we're gonna walk you through the whole install. This JL may look familiar, and that's because we have featured it in 2 videos on our YouTube channel. We're gonna put a link in our description with those other build projects so you can kind of see what we've done and why. At this point in the game, this guy is still running bone stock axles other than we've re-geared them. The owner has taken it on a whole bunch of wheeling trips, and at this point, he is ready to make the step to locking differentials and 8-lug 1-ton axles. Now, most people dream of putting 1-tons in their Jeep because 1-ton axles can take the abuse that 37-inch tires and some gnarly off-roading can throw. What we're gonna be installing is the Spicer Ultimate Dana 60s. We got them in crates right over there. We're gonna be starting the install soon and can't wait to walk you through the whole process. So we've got the Jeep up in the air and the axles are already installed for the most part. While it's up, I wanted to show you a little bit around these axles and see kind of what they're made of and what we had to do to make it all work. Now these axles are sold as basically a bolt-in axle, and for the most part, that is true. And looking at these axles, they're incredible. A couple things I want to talk about to get the front axle to work is first the steering. Now we don't have the steering bolted in yet, but this is a JL axle, but it requires JK parts. So what we did is we ordered the Steer Smarts JK tie rod, as well as the JK tie rod end that goes into the knuckle. So half of this drag link is JL, and this part is JK because of the taper in that tie rod end. These axles are huge, and when you look at the axle tubes, the big brackets, the universal joints, the 8-lug hubs, big brakes, I mean, when you're talking about going 1-ton, this is where it makes sense because you're not just upgrading one single part, but everything. The best part is that even though these things are huge, the ground clearance right here, which is the important part, is minimal. So basically the ground clearance at this point is the same as the stock axle or very close to what we took out. So that is awesome. We're gonna be putting some coil springs in. Of course, we've got a lot more work to do in the front here, like drive shafts. We've got his old drive shafts right here. These are 1350 rated HD drive shafts. And what we're gonna do to make them work is actually cut them down and make them just a little bit shorter. Right here you can see we've got the locker. This has an electronic locker, and so we've got the wiring run for that. You also need to make sure that you swap the wheel speed sensors from the old axle. So we've got those in as well. Out back, there's some cool stuff going on as well. Of course, here is the big Ultimate 60 rear axle. And as you can see, monster brakes, big beefy brackets, minimal ground clearance. This is, well, I say minimal, but maximum ground clearance, you know? And this is what makes these things awesome. Another really neat feature about the front and rear axle is that these things are full float, meaning that even if you don't have an axle shaft in this vehicle, the wheel doesn't come off, the vehicle still rolls, and you can even break an axle shaft and it not be a game changer for the end of the day. Here's the wheels. This is what's going on, these 8 lugs. These are made by TerraFlex, and we featured these wheels before in some of our other videos. These, of course, are 8 lug, 8 on 6.5, and they're designed to bolt right onto this hub. Now, the lug nuts are a little bit different. These are 9/16 lug nuts instead of the 14-1/5, so we had to get a new lug nut kit. Another thing we had to design and fabricate is this mount to put an 8 lug wheel on the TerraFlex tire carrier. So, note to TerraFlex, if you sell 8 lug wheels and a tire carrier, it might be nice to have a way to mount it without having to have us fab that up. But it wasn't too bad. We ended up ordering a plate online and drilling it and recessing some holes, but we've got some friends with machine shops that were able to make that happen for us. So the Spicer Ultimate 60s are all installed and the thing turned out awesome. We've done some nice testing off-road and the owner actually picked it up and did some wheeling in it himself. We've got the lockers wired to the S-Pods and everything's working out great. I think this whole project turned out awesome, and I think these are the sickest bolt-in axles that you can get for your JL Wrangler, or JK Wrangler for that matter. They even sell these things with no brackets on them, so you can custom fit them into whatever vehicle you're building. If you love this build, let us know what you think in the comment section below. Be sure to subscribe. Also, check us out on Instagram and Facebook for some cool content there. Thanks for watching. See you later.